Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So this is a glimpse of the carnage left over from yesterday's Christmas light extravaganza. Okay, so here at the Untamed house we ended up getting a little crazy, getting a little overboard, as you guys have seen as a trend when it comes to vehicles, I suppose. But we're doing it full up Clark Griswold fashion this year too. So this was actually totally full of Christmas lights. Now they're all on the house. So a lot of these are dead. You know, they're pretty old at this point. But that is not the point of the video. I just want to at least open with that as I walk out. You know, we got Christmas lights on Christmas lights. I'll be sure to give you guys a peek of what that looks like at nighttime for fun. But today we're going to talk about the 4Runner, the super white one. So we just received in the mail a set of RSG Rock Sliders. And they are the same rock sliders that I got on the 2020, the Army Green 4Runner that we had, if you recall. But they're flat, unlike the previous ones that I had. So I kind of feel like a dummy even confessing this to you, but I accidentally ordered the angled rock sliders for the Army Green, if you guys remember that. So this time around, we got the flat ones. So the angled ones are cool too. I mean, people actually prefer them when it actually comes to, you know, being effective off-road, because it gives you a little bit more clearance, right? So functionality purposes, I mean, the angled ones are better perhaps, but these ones serve as better side steps, if you will, while still being functional for rock sliders. So here they are. This is what they look like straight out of the package. As you can see, I'm gonna show you the other one. The other one will be a little bit better example, but there's Voodoo. All right, here you go. I kind of peeled into this one already. So we did get with the traction cuts. You can kind of see the shark teeth on all of them, which are perfect for, you know, the kiddos getting in and out of it. I think it'll be awesome. Even the angled ones served as pretty good, you know, side steps as they're getting in and out. But like I said, when you have a 5'0" wife, it is a requirement to have that. So as you can see, they're pretty well packaged. They come in some nice boxes too, as you'd imagine, pretty well fitted. But when I bought these last time, I remember being so blown away by just how easy they are to install. I'm gonna try to show you the best I can before we dive into it. But really, it is as simple as bolting straight up to the frame. So you got all those pre-existing holes, right? And it is so simple. I mean, all you really need is someone to help you pick it up as you begin actually mounting it. And here are all the bolts, all the lock washers, flat washers, everything you need is right here. And super straightforward. This does not have the Kdss, given that it is a TRD Pro. The Kdss is the kinetic dynamic suspension system. So the other trims do have that, which requires a little more work to make it happen, but even then it's pretty easy to install, to my understanding. Let me show you this. So here are the directions, and this is perfect. So this is a indication of just how easy they are to install, and I love that. Absolutely love it. Extremely sturdy. So just because it has a few directions doesn't mean they're, you know, not as good or anything. But if you guys recall, the sleek off-road rock sliders that I put on the Land Cruiser, those were a pain in the rear to install. They had like 9 pages, and like, if you had this model, be sure to flip to page 4 or 5 or 4A. It was back and forth. It was a headache, super convoluted, tough to understand. So these are definitely more my speed. I think for the average Joe out there, they're definitely a ton easier to actually install. Let's get a closer look at these too for fun. I don't think I've actually given these too much attention. Here are the new 2021 wheels that came on the Pro here. So as you can see, a little bit more concave. And here, obviously it's the Tacoma, but these are the 4Runner TRD Pro wheels that came on them before, all the way up till 2020. Uh-oh. What do we got here? Got Mrs. Untamed returning from gymnastics. All right. Well, I just want to give you a side by. Oh, we're getting a hello. Hi, Peanut. Want to say hi? Say hey, YouTube. Say what's cracking?
What's cracking?
Crushed it. All right. Well, hey, you know what? There's actually one final thing. Sorry, this is an all over the place video. I feel. Uh-oh. Yeah, Peanut is not supposed to see this. I forgot my wife put this in here. You guys are getting a sneak peek at one of Peanut's presents, okay? But what I was trying to show you is I feel like this is such an ugly thing to admit to, but when I got this 4Runner, I didn't know it actually had this pull-out tray. I didn't know this, and I didn't know this until not even a week ago, like 3 or 4 days ago. I ended up opening this up for one reason, not to put this in, my wife did that, but I remember I opened it up, and I remember being so surprised that it had it. So I mean, this is an option that you can put on them, and not a whole lot just come with them, the pull-out tray here. But if you recall, the Voodoo Blue has it as well. I remember like geeking out over it because I personally love it. I think it's definitely useful, right? If you want to use it as a tailgate, you can pull it out there, and it holds up to 440 pounds. Yep. So I personally love the function of it. I think it's great, but I felt silly the first time I actually realized it even had it. Was the other day, and that's kind of an ugly thing to admit to because I already bought it, right? So, and it took me a few weeks to even realize it. So the 4Runner still has only 5 miles on it. So we're selling the Voodoo Blue. We're getting rid of that one. So it will be, and like you guys saw in the other video, we decided to keep the 4Runner, the Super White here, the Taco, as well as the Tundra. So this is going to be the lineup. We decided to forego the whole Sequoia idea. But at any rate, that's not the entire purpose of the video. The purpose of the video is to kind of showcase these RSG sliders, which are awesome and a half. So my next, I'll kind of cut it here, and we'll kind of jump to me installing it. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Alright, guys, and we're back. So we just wrapped up the installation of those RSG sliders on the 4Runner here, and they look amazing. So I am a huge fan of how these turned out. I mean, obviously I've had them before, so you guys know I've already liked them, but I especially like them being the flat sliders. So I'll give you a side-by-side look right next to the Tacoma here. The Tacoma has the RSG angled sliders, and you can already tell the difference between the two. You know, the angle's not that great. I think it's only a 15-degree angle, if I recall correctly, but you know, still enough to, you know, kind of hinder it as a step, if you will. So I personally love it. It's going to be perfect for, you know, loading the little ones in the back, and come that time, if that time ever does come for it to be barreling down a trail, it will be just fine. You know, it's going to serve its function, serve its purpose. And one thing that I don't recall them being so dang heavy, and you know, they're heavy for a reason. They need to be durable. They need to, you know, withstand the weight of the vehicle on top of them if you get high centered on something, and they're just awesome. So I'm gonna give you a closer look. I'm gonna crawl underneath it too here in a minute and give you a solid look at each of the installation points. Because if any of you are considering getting these, I definitely encourage it. You know, RSG's an awesome company. You know, they support our troops too. I mean, I'm always an advocate of companies that are like that. And like I said, always had really good customer service with them, which I cannot say the same about Slee Off-Road. If you guys recall, I kind of had a bad experience with them. All right, let's go look at, can do a closer side by side of the two here. Forgive me, of course, the Tacoma's a little dirtier. And the 4Runner will never be this clean ever again in its life, as we're starting to drive it now here in a second. So one difference between, you know, aside from these being flat, one difference is these are the, you know, the grip, the traction cuts, if you will, whereas this one over here is not the case. Both of them are powder coated black, of course. You can get them as just kind of raw metal, if you will, and you can spray paint them, plasti dip them, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna show you underneath. All right. So I actually didn't do a count of how many bolts there were, but definitely plenty per side. I'll scooch up here. Guess this will be the cleanest the underside of the 4Runner will ever be. So I guess we can document that for fun. But there's your brake line mount right there. I'll give you a close look at that. Aside from that, really not much to tinker with outside of just kind of holding it up and slapping it on. So super straightforward, and that's why I love this product, and it's extremely durable. So I'm a fan. I'll show you the Tacoma for fun too, since we're down here rolling around like an idiot. But here we are. And you guys know I did not install this one, but it looks equally simple. All right. Well, let me know what you guys think. I personally think it brings the 4Runner together very well. I'm not a fan of the Predator side steps, which I've made pretty clear in my previous videos, and that's what I have on the Voodoo Blue. And that's also the one that I had on the 2019 Tacoma Voodoo Blue one that I had. I'm just not a fan of them. I just don't like the look, nor I don't really find them too functional as a step, because I like being able to kind of kick my leg off and step anywhere and have it actually be effective and useful. But this obviously is functional if you were to go off-road, and it serves as a perfect step. I especially love the kick out. Right, and this right here, as you saw on the Tacoma, you can get that in silver as well, or just raw metal, if you will. I guess one final note I'll make, in previous videos I've seen a lot of comments saying, hey, why don't you upgrade the tires on the 4Runners? You know, you're always so quick to upgrade them on the Tundras, the Tacomas, all my other vehicles I'm always quick to do it for, but why not even my Ram, right? But why not this? So I think that these are literally the only set of tires out of all the TRD Pros that actually look the part. Even, I understand they're not as beefy and hardcore as, you know, the Nitto Ridge Grapplers, but these Nitto Terra Grapplers, I think they look good. They look solid. Not to mention they have a really good reputation performing in all conditions. So if you just do homework, just do a quick Google search, people really like these tires. So I have no gripes with them. That's why I'm never really in a hurry to swap them out, because I think they do the part pretty well. At any rate, I will wrap up the video there, but let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you watching.